Mulikuwa na yeye.
Wamepewa mafuta hapa rupisi yako nani?
Pia kuna msee fulani.
Wanasema hata hili yake kidogo.
Ya hapa. Hapana hapo.
Amesema
Ajenzi wameenda moja wengi
Ingekuwa ni jenzi hoja kwamba rushwa tu hapa.
Huyo alikwenda anaenda.
Nani alisukuma wewe?
Pelekeni sitimutoni bwana. Peleka sitimutoni kufia huko. Polisi wakapa watu na kuruga watu wa polisi warusha na kia gasi hawafanyi kitu yote. Na sisi tukiandamana na hivi tunaomba tunauliwa. Wana sasa hivi wale wako pale wanakuruga town mzima. Kwa nini polisi tukia hata kia gasi? Sisi tukifika hapa tunakuwa jina yako. Niko hapa hivi kama Gen Z, lakini tatu tumeona hapa imetukasirisha sana. Tunachoka sana by the way. Sisi tunaomba uliwa. Wezi wanachungwa aje? Pikipiki namba imekualisha basi. Nani amekuwa hizo pikipiki town? Sakaja. Alipeleka mananipeleka Sakaja. Sakaja ni umbwa. Anasema kwa nini? Anasema kwa nini those protesters walikuwa wanapiga town au kupigwa tianga hata moja. So wana claim na hizo motorbike zilikuwa stolen, kila unapatiwa dawa. So na claim Sakaja so ndio around Wakuje tena sasa.
Hatuwezi kubali.
Maoni yako?
Wakuje Nairobi tena sasa. Wakuje tena.
Raia wakiandamana wanapigwa tena, lakini mafunzo wamekuja hapo na polisi mzima wanafanya kila kitu na kuna hata mwenye anaitafuta. Polisi wakatua hapo wanaangalia mwenye wanafanya kila kitu. Hii kama amekaja kutupimia.
Rais, tunakwambia wenda sio tu rais. Tunakwambia je rais, ni emergency. Na si emergency rais. Nakuuliza, wewe tusaidia. Saidia rais. Kwa we rais. Nakwambia rais. Ni emergency na si emergency. Rais. Rais, nakuulizaje? Tukupea kiti si ndio? Na wewe tukupea kiti, hawezi promote.
Kuchunga hasi. Yes.
Bado sije.
Hapana. Hawa ndio wenyewe. Nataka kumtarika mtawazi. Shida moja amepigwa hapa.
Sawa nao si wa motorbikes.
Abu sijui nikiona anaweza kuambia. Bosi watoto ama sidhani kama ni Gen Z. Nikiangalia jenda kuambia. Niwezi hawa. Ala?
Hata kutupima, unasikia? Si waizi. Karibiani tu. Wanaiba tu ametuma wezi. Bora bwana wewe. Ananiambia askari yangu. Tupeni kwa.
I'm suspicious.
Huh?
Ale bwana, hiki
imeisha.
Nini nimekuwa hapa?
jamaa pikipiki waliingia wengi, walikuwa na message ya Ruto, wanasema ni Ruto wako nyuma, yani wana support.
Walienda hivi,
wakakuja na jina ya pikipiki na wanaibia watu na pikipiki.
Hata mimi walikuwa wananipigia simu na
wamenyang'anya mtu mwingine simu pale, wakatoroka, wakashikwa hapo ile pikipiki yote kusomewa hapo.
Asanteni sana.
Wamekaa hivi.
aende.
This is live, guys.
You must be firm, very firm. If you want freedom, you must be firm and courageous. Fear is a punishment, my people. Fear is an illusion. Fear is a punishment. And the most secure form of faith. Fear also is the most detrimental thing that you can ever have. If you can keep fighting more than you can
live in ignorance. But now it's time for us to teach our people the truth. The truth of the matter is, this nation has never been free. Africa has never ruled herself. The black man has never been in control of anything. The Africa of today is still mercilessly and cruelly exploited by foreign powers at the behest of our leaders. Our leaders are mere puppets and stooges of the West. They do not serve the interests of their own people, but rather they serve the interests of their own imperial masters. We must resist external influence in the affairs of the African politics or African way of life. We must resist like they are doing in West Africa. We must resist IMF and World Bank and Britain and USA. These people are the people who are still ruling us behind the scenes. The colonialists went out through the front door, but they came back through the back door. That is why our leaders treat us the way they treat us. Because to them, we are slaves. We are slaves. Another issue, my friends, is the issue of the abduction and killings of our people. Nobody deserves to die because they stood up for what is right. Our youth are being killed. They are being abducted and being killed by the DCI and the Kenya police. And this is so wrong. And I'm so much disturbed that Kenyans are still taking things in a very normal way. We should not take that in a normal way. People are being killed and dumped and put in sacks like animals, and they are being thrown in forest sites. It is so sad. It is very sad. The government of the day must be held responsible for this. We will not relent until we get justice, until we get a free Africa where everybody can be somebody. Yes, we have been slaves for so long. We have been silenced for so long. But now it's time for us to break the silence. The silence of the night. The silence is killing us. And now it's time for us to break out the silence of the night. Silence is a sin of zero balance. I mean, when we keep silent, the injustices that are happening in our day will continue happening because we kept silent. Somebody said that the world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but it will be destroyed by the good people who look on and do nothing. We must believe.
Your name?
My name is Julius Kamau Kimani. I am a Kenyan. I am a freedom fighter. I am a change maker. I am a revolutionary. I believe in change. But the system has taught us that we cannot be able to bring change in our lifetime. That is a lie. A big lie. I was not born to die. I was born to live. And we must tell our leaders we want to live. You cannot kill young people in a nation where people are going to school and then they fight themselves to school.
Hii sio clip ya zamani people. This is live. I am currently near Imenti House.
Wanaweza sijui wenye tunaoperate
they are standing up for what is right. So it's supposed to be.
Lazima tuandamane, sio watu ni wezi. Hawa watu wametuibia simu leo. Kuna watu hata wamenyongwa saa hii tunaongea. Na watu bado wanaendelea kuwekewa mafuta shell. Watu wakuje town tupatane na hao. Hizi town. Watu watambui na kidogo. Hata sisi tusipigwe tia gas. Kama hao watu wamefunika na makreti. Nafanya mambo yote hayo sana.
Naona sio akiingia pale. Unaona anaingia. So tujika the other side. So sijika tuzaenda the other side tupatane na.
Isolation right now is not so right. Don't walk in isolation.
Yeah, sure.
Don't walk in right now. Don't walk in isolation.
Sure. Hapa hivi. Kuna nini hapo? Oh. Sorry? Nani? Ona. Iko hapa nyuma ya hii. Cheki, sinaona gari. Cheki, sinaona hii gari iko hapa hii. Hii gari ni ya makarau. Hii Toyota off-road, hii KDU. Sasa kuja. Lakini hapa kwako wanaweza kufix. Ndio wale. Kilimanjaro ni pale. Lakini basi sisi tunaweza fixiwa ama twende tu. Okay. Harakisha. Kama harakisha. Tunaweza fixiwa hapa bana. Sasa.
Leo ni Friday. Jamani, mwizi wamekaa kiti. Sasa hata wamechoka na hii serikali. Karabu kipango. Lakini sasa hii ndio umetokea.
wanazunguka hivi, so tutaka kupata very good shot, alafu tutakaye saidia tupata nayo. Hata mimi nasuku hivyo. Sasa wakipiga pia basi wakipiga pia basi hivyo.
Sasa kwa chama hasira. Kasikia nani anakutoa? Sukuma nasema sasa wewe ni nini wewe? Watu ni wengi. Unajua watu walioenjoy hii, walioenjoy na historia kwenda yapo.
Unajua what happened?
Wakakuja tao.
What happened ni kuna group ilikuwa sponsor na dawa.
Najua. Mimi nilikuwa asubuhi, hawa nduzi nilikuwa. Sasa najua walilipwa. Mimi najua kuna boy fulani najua mkubwa wao. Alikuwa ananiambia. Nilimpigia nikamwambia wewe unajua uko tao. Si watu wa serikali nikamwambia kwa nini mpigiwi tiaka? Sasa serikali itapigiaje watu wake tiaka?
Mimi asubuhi nilikuwa live. Hakukuwa na anything, hakukuwa nini sahihi. Sasa what happened? Makosa nilifanya ni sponsor wasi. Sasa hii ni reaction. Ona, cheki. Wanaenda hivi. Kuna nani kuna MCA fulani akona tundevu hapa kwa Uganda niko na clip hapa. Yes. Sasa kama nimeona tuwapatia doa pesa ya Uganda. Nimeona tuwapatia pesa. Sasa tuko kwa kaunti na huku.
hapo.
Out of 60 million people. Watu 11 CS. Lazima Suwale akue.
11.
Lazima Kindiki akue.
Tuwataki.
Lazima Miano akue. Watu tumesoma tumeenda shule. Hakuna kazi. Twende huko.
Check your jersey. Check your jersey.
Tutakuwa na jaza ball huko.
New York. Nani hapo bwana?
Wazaji mbele. Msaada sika.
Wapi pale hivyo?
Unaweza niona ya mwisho. Masadi ya Dubai. Masadi ya Dubai. Nimechoka kuendesha vieta motherfucker. Nataka tia basi. Wao lala hiyo tia basi yako hapa. Hatujaona tu basi bwana. Wale wanaenda China mkae kando. Ndege tawaacha bwana. Mkae tayari. Wale wanaenda China mkae tayari. Ndege inakaa. Wale wanaenda China mkae.
Sasa wanaenda hapo tu.
Wanaenda?
Hapo.
Usini wako twende ngoni. Kila mtu hapa ana kazi. Ana mali yake anaenda juu. Hadi kuna mtu wa Nduthi ametuambia tu kweli.
Labda ni mulai. Nataka nisimame hapa mbele. Kidogo tu. Nataka kuchukua front ya wase. Front ya watu.
Tumetega, tumeweka. Ziko wapi? YouTube live. Ruto must go. How many
aje? Vipi? People are going to JKIA. Hello. Sasa.
Tumepatana.
Aje.
Tukae watatu at least.
Tuongeze team.
Man, sinangu inaisha moto. Pia hii inaisha moto sasa.
Tricky
sana. Sinangu inaisha moto, so nimemjua si makarau moja, nimemjua anakuwa ni upicha naitwa Paso P-A-X-O-N. Uko na paa bana?
Niko nayo iko almost kuisha.
Likes and the goods.
Simu yangu.
Wakitufungia gari nayo pia ipiti. Wakitufungia gari nayo ipiti.
to the right to peaceful protest by the police, and then he tells us enough is enough. What was the president saying? I will kill many of you. I will abduct many of you. In fact, I will suspend the constitution, because they immediately spoke. His son, who is serving at the, who is acting on the IG position, said, we are suspending demonstrations in Nairobi. A police officer, whether drunk or sober, cannot purport to suspend the provisions of the Constitution, because the drafters of the constitutions were well aware of characters like Kanja. They just dismissed and self-resigned. IG, Kome, we know this, such people will have to appear. How do we safeguard the citizens from these people? We safeguard them by making the constitution in practice. And we are telling the president, we are not asking for too much. We're only telling you to respect the constitution. Even in the midst of a crisis, can you for once fire your advisor so that you can pick sober people who will tell you what to speak, when to speak, and how to speak it? You are talking to people in a very threatening tone in the midst of a crisis. Let me tell you, this group of Gen Zs, we are a generation that do not fear blood. That one I can attest to you, because I have been in the streets. I have seen people being shot dead right before me. And what mesmerizes me or surprises me is that not even by the sound of a gun or a bullet, people will be afraid and retreat. In fact, we will squat and gather more courage and forge forward. So blood turns us into wild animals. It is not the best that can deter us from achieving our objective.
So you say as far as when they continue meting brutality on you people, when you're taking to the streets, that's exactly what fuels
But
you.
our police are not trained to protect lives. These are people who are trained to kill, trained to kill, to maim, to subvert the will of the people, and to sit and spit on the Constitution. Whatever they've exhibited in the past is not a reputation of a trained police service ready to protect and defend the citizens. It is equivalent to a terrorist organization that is terrorizing its own citizens.
James,
I am going to be honest with you. These demonstrations that you can see here, it's a Generation Z, but the Z is supposed to be Generation Zote. Ni zote wako hapo. Everyone is in this demonstration. And enough will be enough. Mr. Ruto needs to know this. Enough will be enough. When the funding model, whatever thing that you brought on board, shall go down, return the help for the students who are still in university, let them study well. Enough will be enough. When those who have completed school will not be attached to this particular SHA model of the health facility or whatever thing, we still need the NHIF. What was the old propagation for us to say that we need another model of the health?
And then they tell you to register fresh, yet they have your details. NHIF is sending you messages the very, very day the court suspended NHIF. So they have your details, they have their database, but they tell you to register again. Just to cut him short, on the same NHIF thing, today as we speak, I have a cancer patient. The card has been paid. The NHIF is telling you there are not enough funds.
For 2 months.
Chemotherapy is very expensive. Then President William Ruto here is coming to tell me enough is enough. Enough is enough when you're losing your parent and you're watching and you're helpless because you can't see. This is a disease that has taken very many people down.
Okay, Sankara, what are we fighting for? I want us to point to the specifics of the things that you're fighting for when we are taking to the streets. Initially, it was very clear that we didn't want the cabinet, we didn't want the finance bill. Right now, it seems to be, a lot of things are clouding the air as far as the mission of this protest is concerned. What is it that you're fighting for entirely?
Amoy, one thing people don't understand, and I need this to be clear. A supplementary budget is always made probably once the appropriation of that particular bill that had passed is now completed, and now we're moving again to make a supplementary budget. Today, the MPs were to table the supplementary budget. But this particular thing that they've come and said here, it was more of we've now cancelled the whole finance bill. We now need to know what happens with the next supplementary budget, because we want to be involved in this particular making of this supplementary budget.
The other bill.
And you see, problem is, a finance bill can be taken down. But we need to understand the budget was there, it was passed, but the appropriation, is it still on?
Yes.
Is the money still being used? Are we still going to be taxed? Because I can assure you, in the next 2 months, things will hike. Things will plummet from one position to the other. Because now they will be able to use the taxes. Let's go again. Here's the road maintenance levy. They said they're not going to pass it. It was passed to 25 shillings. As a whole 7 bob. A whole cabinet minister comes and tells us, okay, what we want to do, it's a former. Okay. Comes and tells us, we will try and be able to put all the methods so that it's not going to affect the fuel for it to go up. We know what happens. It's just a delay of time. After some time, they will say, okay, this is what happened, and then...
So James, what's the way forward? What's the way forward for us as a nation, for this generation, for the future of this particular nation? What's the way forward? What do we do?
You know, we've been objective with whatever we've been trying to push. At the moment, the only thing we are telling Mr. Ruto is kindly implement and amend the Leadership and Integrity Act, Chapter 6 of the Constitution. Kindly, these people that are coming on board, can they be personal? Can they uphold the personal integrity? Okay. Can they stick with the competence and the sustainability of that?
Collins, let me bring you in on this one. The rallying call, of late has been the president needs to go. I don't know. What's your take? Let's start from there. Do we need to do away with the entire leadership of the Kenya Kwanza government and start afresh? Or what should be the focus moving forward as far as some of the things that you're fighting for are concerned?
On my point of view, I think that the whole government should be scrapped and we should go back to elections, because the current regime has proven that it is not ready to be accountable for what they do. They are not ready to get rid of corruption, and they are not ready to serve what they are supposed by the constitution to do. So from my point of view, I think the Ruto must go is not a chant just to make Ruto as a self to go away. It is a chant that carries a lot of weight on, we want accountability. Okay. We want the end of corruption to be immediate. We want those officials that have been elected to do what they are mandated to do by the Constitution of Kenya.
All right, let me get back to you on one of the things that we've actually touched on, and I realize I didn't give you a chance to talk on that. That has to do with the rhetorics on the head of state as far as your movement is concerned. Do you believe you are being heard loud enough, or do you believe you're being listened to keenly?
I'm going to analyze his speech diplomatically from Bomet. What he said, I think he said he is not ready to engage with the youth. He said that he has tried his best to engage the youth, but the youth have done all they can to be away from him. Okay. And so
have they? Are you running away from having a session with the president in terms of engagement?
I mean, he asked for a platform to be hosted on X, and it was given to him, and he came, and he got into a into a debate with the people, trying to show them this is what I'm trying. But again, the youth are not asking. We want to listen to him. Okay. The point that the youth are trying to push is that you should listen to us, because time after time we have seen you trying to tell us that you're in control, but everything is going miserably. Okay. Because going back to 2023, we have seen that people are patient, despite the hikes in taxes, the GDP growing, and him telling us that, the GDP is growing, and so we are probably expecting, we are doing well as a country, and we are expecting pockets in our money. It doesn't align with what we were seeing. But he kept on saying to us, let us wait and see. I have plans. That is what he says. I have plans to make Kenya great. But looking at it, we don't see a point where he has done anything that Kenyans are happy of. Because there's a, let's say, there's a way when you push a car to the corner too much, and you keep pushing it and you keep pushing it, it sometimes get tired and it will scratch back.
Now, okay, I like that analogy, but this is the thing. So who has pushed who to the corner? Because the way the president is speaking, he feels like it sounds like he's been pushed to the corner. And from you are speaking, I believe that you mean the population has been pushed to the corner, and that's why it's reacting the way it is reacting. Yes. So you seem to have pushed each other to the corner. The population has pushed the head of state to that corner, and now the way he's reacting sounds a little bit threatening and dangerous to
the population.
Amoy, you see, when I went to my first communication class, I remember we were taught one of the courses is leadership. And the 5 elements or the basic elements of a leader was 1, you need to communicate. Communication is one of the key things. Okay. 2, it was know your people or know your audience. 3, it was more of can you be able to set out and be able to get feedback. We actually at the moment we can say we are the one who pushed the government to where it is. It is them who pushed us to where we are. We at the first we were like, okay, you guys are telling us every single time it's PR. You come on television, we've done this, we are planning to do this, we've done this, but it's not helping the common mwananchi. Okay. Mama mboga, mtu wa pikipiki. I had some people, there is one of my neighbors who's having kidney dialysis every single week. This person at the moment, she was like, I am tired of going to that hospital because they've changed NHIF to SHA. It's now been 2 months, they're telling me the money has not been allocated to this particular place, so I have to wait till October, the effective date for this bill to start or whatever initiative that they were starting. You see, the government pushed everyone to the wall. So it was more of, even when they started, the only thing what to do, and I can even push it back to even the everything that way it started. Come to think of it, Nairobi County itself as a political place or seat, the governor himself, it was more of PR and people already tired. He stopped it, or he still continues it. We go everywhere in town, you get a lot of billboards about just waiver, and this is of a particular 1.2 million that is being used monthly on these particular billboards. Yet on the other hand, some people have been burnt with the LPG gas just here, and they've been given 100,000 shillings. Honestly, 100,000 shillings.
What you're seeing on your screen, of course, a split screen there, showing live footage from Mombasa Road and also Outer Ring Road. Earlier on, we were able to see quite a crowd gathering on Outer Ring Road, tires being burnt. And of course, police on Mombasa Road trying to disperse people that are slowly gathering in different, along that particular route. And yes, running battles there, tear gas, I believe, being lobbed at those people that were gathering. That are live pictures coming your way. Yeah? Of course, as we continue bringing you up to date with different parts of the country and exactly what is happening in different areas. Security officers manning different parts. That is Mombasa Road. Yes, and yes, Outer Ring Road there on your screen. No, that's Mombasa Road. That's Mombasa Road there on your screen. What you're able to see right now, police trying to disperse crowds of people that have been gathering, and just people trying to find their way to run away from police officers. Tear gas is being lobbed at them to try and disperse them. Now, Sankara, let me come to you. Dialogue or no dialogue? How do we go about it?
The question we should be asking ourselves is, whom do we want to dialogue with? You know, we have a very funny president. We go to the streets, we demand for you to reject finance bill you do, after, I mean, with, you know, just doing it for the sake. And then you do a set of very weird things in between. Then the worst of it all, you tell us we need a national dialogue. Then we hear you fronting opposition acolytes to your cabinet. Okay. You want to sit with the opposition leader. The problem in the political class mindset is a belief that has been passed with time and events, that whenever we go to the streets, it's Raila Odinga who is behind us. I can confidently tell President William Ruto that even today, I left my house for other things, but I had to participate in the demonstrations before I got here. I don't know Raila Odinga. I don't know, we don't relate in one way or the other. Yeah. So, the ruling class, we will not allow anyone to use our collective efforts bargaining for good governance, accountability, and progressive leadership as a decoy or reward scheme, a decoy reward scheme for political elites. We didn't say that we will need the people from opposition to be appointed as cabinet. The broad-based cabinet is an ideology that was neither here nor there. We are only interested in appointing the right person to the right position, a person who can deliver. We have another person from the mountain side. He's saying, and this is a guy who is still stuck in the Moi era. He believes that we are still there. They want 8 positions. He want, not they. He want 8 positions for their region. Mark you, we have 22 positions as the cabinet, for the cabinet. We have 8 regions as a nation. We have 47 counties. So you want to tell me one region out of the 22 should go with 8, and then this 14 be shared amongst the remaining 7 regions. Is that even realistic? So we are telling the president that, I don't know whether he listens to himself, what matters most, and for the first time, let me tell you, you are asking us, what's the way forward? One thing will lead to the other. Let us just deal with these things one by the one. Okay. I don't want to preempt. And today we have a leader. Our leader is President William Ruto. He gives us all the to wake up very early and go back to the streets. Because we talked to the gentleman very politely. Today, he speaks to you as his sons and daughters. He goes to church. He burns Harambes. He goes to Harambee. He requests for a check. He comes to Nairobi. He calls you dangerous prisoners, criminals. The following day, he calls you for a meeting. You he goes to Bomet, backyard, and incite the people against you. I called them. Now, enough is enough. We're telling the president that you can fool some people sometime and sometimes some people, but not all the people all the time. This time round, the stupid has risen to the top of wisdom. It is not going to be business as usual. I know freedom has got a price. I have said this over and over. Criminal entities within the police force, not the police service, will definitely kill people, will definitely abduct. But how many abductions have stopped the demonstration? That should tell them that this thing is organic. We know there are elements of commercial activists taking part in this, but we are going to deal with them as we've dealt with them. We are not going to allow them to run away with this and take card. Because if we had we allowed that, today we would not be sitting here discussing protests. People would have been bought by 500 million and above, brown envelope awarded, children taken out of the country. But because we said enough is enough, if the president should know that in fact on our side, he is saying enough is enough in small letters. We are saying enough is enough in capital and in red pen.
Now,
have you ever read a letter written in a red pen? That is a riot act. So that's what we are telling the president. Just continue threatening us. As long as you pay no unfair to go and demonstrate, we will always be there. In fact, we shall always be there. Shall is used mandatorily.
All right.
Yeah, we shall be there.
Now, let me just bring up to date here our viewers as far as what is happening in different parts of the country is concerned. Of course, that is Mombasa Road you're seeing on your screens. Earlier on, we've been able to see police use tear gas to try and disperse crowds of people that were gathering along that particular route, and also earlier on there was something that was happening along Outer Ring Road. Citizens there, or Kenyans, had actually, gathered to try and protest in as we try to occupy JKIA, which was the mission today, with the hashtag that was taking center stage on the social platforms. But of course, we've been able to see police using tear gas in different areas to just try and disperse the protesters. Of course, what you can be able to see also there on Mombasa Road, that's exactly what is happening. Crowds gathering and running battles between the police officers and the citizens of this country who are trying to gather and put their case forward as far as protests are concerned and their demands, which are the one directed to the president. Okay, we are in different parts of the country, of Nairobi. We are in the CBD, we are on Mombasa Road, we are on Outer Ring and other areas, just to try and give you live pictures of what is happening there. Parliament resumed today, and we remember last week what happened, not last week, but last month before they went for recess, what happened in the National Assembly is that people walked in and got access to the National Assembly after the call for Occupy Parliament actually gained momentum, and people rallied behind that particular call and made their way to the National Assembly, and at the end of it actually getting to occupy it. Today, they are back. What lessons do you wish that your member of parliament learns from the actions that happened last month?
My member of parliament, Mr. Ishungwa, that man has been great. I really used to adore him when he came on board.
Okay.
I actually was among the people that...
Sankara is looking at you like, excuse me.
I actually voted for him because I thought you see, ever since I started following politics so clearly and also the governance, I've always followed three things: your ideas, the policies that you want to enact your ideas, and also your character. And those were the three checklists that I did mark when that time was. But the thing is, I am going to tell my MP from my own area, the only thing I'd require him is, now you've learned a lesson. If not, this is a long way for you to go. Okay,
there are still calls for dissolving parliament. Are we still pushing for it?
You see, problem is, I'm not going to lie, for you to dissolve a parliament, for you to recall an MP, it takes a lot of time. Remember, this is a whole process from you being able to start asking for 30% of the constituents who are able to vote in that particular constituency.
So do you believe the process of recall is actually something achievable, though?
It is achievable, but it takes time. And you see, problem is the Gen Zs also, or the Gen Zote, Shidani. Can we be able to do that and still go with it? Because it takes a lot of time. Okay. Imagine it's a whole... But 4 to 6 months.
I believe, James, if you want to change, then you follow the right channels, then you really need to understand that you can go through that.
Yeah, we don't have channels.
The channels should be right, but where are those channels?
Yes. So what happens then? Do we have a solution? Is it an exercise in futility, or we have a solution?
We have a solution. The only solution is let them resign. That's the only solution.
What have they done?
You're asking for the solution. When you refer to our constitution, the preamble, we the people of Kenya. Okay. Then you come to provisions of Article 1. You know, I really love reading Chapter 1 of the Constitution, Article 1 and Article 2. The sovereignty of the people and the supremacy of the Constitution. So, we the people shall. I mean, we are going to take over. We are going to ensure that things are done in the right place. By the way, I can tell you, Brian, I am not afraid of death because I've seen death by my own eyes, bare eyes. Do you know how many young men of my age have been killed for fighting for the right thing? We cannot all live. But if some people have decided to entertain their criminality within the police service, we will only stop them by the right time. For now, they can hide. They can enjoy protection from the state. They can come with masks. Today, as I was in the streets, just around Imenti House, where I think 2 people lost their lives, the purportedly hired goons. You find a man dressed in civilian, masked to the head, walking with a pistol, and he is on a motorbike, and he is just there looking for anyone who is speaking against the hired goons. Are we really, which anarchy is President William Ruto referring to? If a group of organized people saying Ruto must go and carrying placards of we don't want impunity, justice for those killed, are being referred to as anarchists, how do we refer to the people I saw today in town? The most saddest thing I'll go to my bed today regretting about is a scenario where an innocent citizen going about his or her business in town is robbed of their material possession in a form of a phone, a Porsche for ladies and etc. And this is happening right before a police officer armed to the teeth. They are not bothering. So I was wondering, even if it is orders from above, were they told not to even intervene when a vulnerable person is under duress?
Okay.
Were they to stand there and escort criminals? Then they bathe the bloods of innocent citizens. Then you protect civilians. In fact, the motorists within the CBD around the Sarova Stanley, they, together with myself, confronted some of the police who were standing there. And then we asked them, what is wrong with you? Do you know these people? They were saying, you know, we work under instructions.
So
and
the
then,
instructions were not to help the people that were
yes,
being
so I asked him, what is instructions? Which instructions are you working under if my phone is being snatched here before you? It's only that I'm a man and I'm smart enough I could beat the corridors. They would have taken my phone forcefully.
Okay.
So I asked the police,
Yeah.
what are you doing? They are telling me, you know, we operate with commands. And then I asked him, were you commanded not to even protect these young ladies whose phones are being snatched and you are watching? Okay. So we really have to stop the element of politicians hijacking constitutional offices and institutions, subverting service provision to the people. We have a police service to protect the lives and property of Kenyans.
Okay.
I don't know which property President William Ruto wants to protect. Once goons are hired and brought to the streets to bring the business to stand by, and then he comes and rant on Gen Zs. Enough is enough. I will not allow. Even us, we are not going to allow him.
Okay, James.
In addition to what he's saying, I am really concerned with the principles of the Leadership and Integrity Act. One of it is accountability, and the biggest is accountability for any action you take and any decision that you partake. Question is the accountability that is being handled. And you see, even these principles also follow with the police and whatever is happening in the streets. Are you doing the selfless service? Are you following the particular projections for you to be able to help them on Anchi? For them, they can be able to say, okay, at the end of the day, we've been able to try to fight this particular demon or whatever, the devil or evil, and we've been able to succeed. But then we cannot have an accountability looming around. At the end of the day, we still go back and say, our country is moving on well. Sisi tuko salama. Anyone that is going to subvert whatever they want to subvert, we will try and be able to punish them. Any state officer, any public officer, including us as the common wananchi, it is our duty to protect our nation. It is our duty for us to even guard anything that is against the rule of law. But if the police officers cannot be able to uphold that, it's so hard for also to us to even say, okay, can we be able to fight this? Can we be able to say that this is okay? I want to even refer to anything. You asked me about what is going to happen with my leader. Question is, just the other day, 24 million were used to buy flowers in one of the counties, Bungoma, during this Madaraka that happened the other day. And 24 million was used there. Just the other day, we've seen 1 million used to buy a crate of soda. Just the other day, the person who came on board during the committee cannot account for 54.7 million shillings. He was supposed to also do the 285 million accountability check. Kindly, you've been given for you to renovate your house with 45 million. You go ahead and be able to place 285 million. Accountability is what we need, and this derives from character. If we don't have character, we will still go to the depths that we've been before.
It's only in Kenya that you can build a house worth 2 million and then use 20 million to renovate the same house. This is what the government does.
Yeah.
So you wonder, I mean, do we even have problem of housing amongst these leaders? These are people who have been given mortgage allowances. They have the hugest of all the salaried Kenyans. But they're the same animals setting aside money to renovate their houses, as if President William Ruto got to the State House and found the roofs leaking. And the house was totally, the situation was totally unbearable. So the State House has to be rebuilt afresh. The only thing this government has done is to spend government money recklessly since they came to power. They did away with help. They brought a system that neither works for us, not for their minds. They are now doing away with the NHIF. And some of the people and MPs think that we, the young people, Gen Zs, we don't know what we are agitating for. Okay. I took my time and read the judgment of the SHIF, or the 3 statutory acts that were expunged by the court. It was a 109 document, the 400 and something pages. The one for the finance report that the committee tabled in Parliament was 109. So we read these things well, we understand what it takes, and we are only reasoning out with the questions. But when everyone warns us of potential deaths, yesterday you saw a murder suspect, the MP for Kimilili, Didmas Baras. The only thing he could tell us was how we are going to anticipate death at JKIA. Yes. This is a man who has been accused and published by DCI as a potential murder criminal. He is still working scot-free. The other one that had to join Kenya Kwanza for looting public coffers, empty. The MP, Waluke, is today having the audacity to refer to us, the people of Kenya, as criminals. The president himself calls us dangerous treasonous criminals. Don't you see the barrier that is being created by both the executive and legislature against the people? How are we going to sit down and talk to them if in all the circumstances, all they see in us is a dangerous treasonous criminals? People should be killed. In other words, they're saying, no, Mr. President, do away with the protest. Kill these people. That is what Mwaluke was saying. So we as the people, compelled and pushed by the agitations for better governance, a system that is going to work for us all. I know the administration is a believer of tokenism. You can't give all of us tokens. We only want a system that is going to work for Ochieng, Onyango, Waweru, Abdullahi, everyone, wherever they are. We don't want people to support us. We are not asking for help. We want systems that work for us. We want a system that when a old person goes to the hospital, there is somebody who can take them in and provide services to them. I have worked in a regional facility. I can tell you the problems Kenyans are going through. Then you find the people who are seated in parliament making laws against health provision are the same people that whenever they feel a slight headache, they are at JKIA that we wanted to occupy. They're going to Britain to seek medical services.
Okay, let me bring in Collins here, and I want us to take a look a little bit at some of the demands, and that has to do with the political class as far as these protests are concerned, and what they are demanding before any dialogue will actually happen. And their call is that compensation for the people that died during, to the families rather of the people that died during this particular protest, and action being taken against police officers that have meted brutality against peaceful protesters. Where do we begin with this? Because the call for accountability, it's uniform across board, but nobody seems to be pointing out and saying, okay, this the leadership of the people responsible are not pointing out and saying, okay, we are going to take whatever you've said seriously and focus on bringing to book the people that caused this particular chaos or the death that we've actually witnessed in the country. Where do we start from as a young person? What would be the best suggestion for you?
Let me first refer back to the questions that what do the MPs learn? Personally, I come from the Ruiru constituency, and our member of parliament is Simon Kingara, who, having followed him, even the bills that have been there that are publicly there in the website, I've never seen him even having to propose a bill. He have been in several sittings there at the Speaker's gallery. I've never seen him in parliament.
He votes yes.
He voted yes, actually.
He votes yes.
Yes. And
he votes yes and he doesn't understand what he's voting for.
Yes.
And he says he's speaking for you. So
I have never even had him making a proposal in parliament when the motions are ongoing. I only see the most famous members of parliament just talking. And for him, nothing. So what needs to be done, I think from my point of view, we have seen the DCI having to arrest and abduct people who have been seen in protest. But we are seeing people who we are calling killer cops, who have been caught live on camera, some who are known, some whose information have even been publicized on X and TikTok and all these social media platforms. And the question that comes into my mind, what is it that the government is protecting such that they cannot arrest people who have been out of the law, have killed people criminally, and have used their power to, you know, they are thinking to themselves that they are trying to cool down the protest, but to what is being shown into the nation is that we are not ready to get into conversations with you. So what I'll be asking myself is, what happens next to these criminals who are killing people, youths who were not even armed? They just came with a bottle of water, a placard, and their telephones to make posts.
Let me ask you, Sankara, before I release you, because you'll be coming later on here to just with this particular coverage here.
Yes.
In terms of justice for the people that have been killed, people that were abducted, some have disappeared, we have no idea where they are. As a young person, in terms of charting the way forward, where do we begin in terms of seeking for this particular justice? If I told the people we are calling on to
Try the new Nice and Lovely Flawless Bio Body Oil. 9 out of 10 Kenyan women agree it worked for them.
Hey, what up? It's the O to the G, Calligraph Jones.
And this is your girl, Femi1, Femi Uno.
And we